So the brand new gameplay update is here for UFL. Now, if you've got some keen eyes, you would have noticed that there is a leprechaun pack. Now, we have a message in game for it, which is a really nice thing to see. So we are going to go ahead, press Y and triangle to take us there. We're going to cover gameplay in a second, don't worry. Now, you can see here, we have got ourselves a discount on other packs, 30% off, 28% off, blah, blah, blah. And then we have ourselves our lucky offer. Now, if you can see underneath the pack, it says, if you additional reward is guaranteed within 50 openings. Now, I haven't been sent any packs by UFL as of yet or anything like that like last time. So we are going to use our own LP to see what we get out of this. Now, our first pack here, let's see what we get. Anything interesting, as it looks like just 2 of the purple cards. So nothing crazy out of that. Now, talking of skins in particular, there has been some massive changes according to the update with skins. So let's go ahead and bring up the update and talk about what has changed. So we are looking at the patch notes, and like I say, this is just the gameplay only. We are going to get a brand new game mode on the 17th of March. I've already played this through the super test, and I have got some content coming out pre-hand talking about this and everything. So I'm not going to cover that today. We're going to talk about gameplay. Now, I'm going to get into all the gameplay stuff very, very soon, but I wanted to talk about skins and how they have all changed. And like I say, the link for this will be down below if you want to have a look. So, skin system update. As you can see here, skin series enhancements. The bonuses provided by skin series have been approximately doubled. For example, if a series previously improved crossing or shot power by a certain amount, the effect is now nearly twice as powerful. Additionally, epic and legendary skins of these series have been further enhanced up to 2.5 times the original impact. As you can see here, then we have our unique skins. Player stat bonuses are now twice as effective. Experience boost increased from 5% to 10%. And you can go ahead and read all of the changes if you like for each individual personal skin, right? Now, bonus indication star system, which we're going to have a look on the game in a second. Every star represents 4 points in game's respective characteristics, i.e., for example, 3 stars at dribbling means they have 12 points to dribble in statistics. 2 stars at long shot means they have 8 points at long shot characteristics. So if that represents 4 stars, and we are going to go back and have a look now in terms of stars. So if we were to go ahead and put skins on our players, so we've got our personal here, right? You can see that specific skins do extra things. So I'm just going to go and put in one whole series, and I'll be back once that series has been added on in terms of skins. So we have gone ahead and put a skin series on all our players. Just quickly, Casemiro's image looks absolutely terrible now, by the way. I don't know what they've done to him. But anyway, you can see here we got ourselves the teamwork set. Now, if I go back to the patch notes and talk about teamwork set, we can see here when we head over to it, for example, teamwork set has been increased. So just to read it again so we all understand, skin series have been approximately doubled. For example, if a series previously improved crossing and shot power by a certain amount, this effect is nearly twice as powerful. Additionally, epic and legendary skins of the series enhanced by 2.5% impact. So if we scroll down a little bit more to this, it says here, to achieve this, we decide to use star representation as a standardized way to display the relative of power, quote-unquote, of skins, to prevent confusion caused by the necessary balance changes, such as adjustment from +4 to +5, or from +5 to +7% in strength. These are actual effects remain same due to mechanics. So, essentially, with our bonus, and now I know my camera is slightly in the way, so I'll move it up so you can see here, we got ourselves a tier 3. So that means we've got all of the boosts for every single skin, right? And we get free kicks, crossing, attacking position. But, and I might seem like I'm moaning, but there's still no indication in game. So we're going to have to just have a look for the skin. So he gets free kick, crossing, and attack positioning, right? So in terms of attacking and shooting, etc., attacking position is at 88, right? So if I take this skin off, does it improve or does it go back down to what it was before? So he's got 88 attack position. With the skin, he has got, and we're going to see here again, 88 attack position. So even though, and I'm a bit skeptical because we've got a reason to be, it says they've done this in an update, but it still doesn't represent in-game whether it does or not. Now, I'm not going to bash them for that, like I don't know. I could be completely wrong by saying that these changes have not been implemented yet. But I would be under the impression that they have. Now, another one we can look at is the personal or unique skins, right? So we're going to have a look at some of the skins we have in terms of XP boost. So I know that for example, my NaNNiK card, which you can't see right now because I'm on the wrong screen, his skin gives in 4 stars in dribbling. Just to show you under library in skins, you can see there at the bottom 4 stars in dribbling. The XP boost has been granted to 15%. You can see here that these all get 15% and they go down as the tiers go down, right? So then my question would be, does that represent? So that would be 12 points in dribbling. So we are going to go ahead and show you with the skin off, and I'm going to have to move my camera over just so you can see the dribbling. So as of right now, if I move my camera, you can see just around this area here, his ball control dribbling, right? So his dribbling is at 65 plus 11 because he's been leveled up from playing. Now, if I put this skin on, he is now going to have 65 plus 11 again, I'd imagine. Yeah, 65 plus 11. But you could argue, oh, it's because he's on the bench, NaNNiK. So let's go ahead and put him in the starting 11. So now he's playing, right? The skin is activated in that sense. You can see here underneath my camera, it's indicating that it's activated. So he's at 65 plus 11, and his dribbling is still at 65 plus 11. Or his overall dribbling is at 83. And if we go ahead and remove the skin, we can see if it's still at 65 plus 11. So... and it still is. So as of right now, there still isn't an indicator in game. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, you're just moaning for the sake of moaning. But if you're spending money on the game, you want to have a clear indicator. So that is a little bit concerning that they've said this is the changes, but they're still not showing. Now, that could just be down to me. I don't know. In terms of gameplay, we're going to go ahead and break that down now and then play. I'm going to play a couple games, maybe like 4 or 5 games. And you can see here from my challenges what I've done and what I haven't. I haven't done any today. And I've also done 0 weekly ones either, as you can see here. So you can keep an eye on how many I've gone ahead and do, right? We have got some extra challenges here that I've just noticed, which is just win a match with several St. Patrick's Stadium, etc. So we'll have a look at that in a second, but let's go ahead and have a look at the patch notes for the gameplay. Of course, this is a really, really big patch, so I'm glad they took their time with it. Now, we're going to start off a pass and shoot, and we're going to try and breeze through this and then talk about gameplay when we actually are playing. Updated pass target select algorithm, short and pass animations trigger faster when tapping the button, which is much more needed because there's a lot of delay in this game. Low shots are now weaker when the power bar is low. Flare shots are now more accurate. Improved ball trajectory and enhanced accuracy of low-driven passes. Dribbling. Reduce overrunning of the ball during dribble sprint. Improve straight line movement in dribble sprint. Enhanced responsiveness for players with low dribbling stats. Now that's concerning. Enhanced responsiveness of players with low dribbling stats. Surely it should be enhanced responsiveness of high dribbling, but we'll have a look anyway. Improved shot animation, selective high balls, adjusted movement speed balance with and without the ball. Now it's going to be interesting to see what they jockey like. Goalkeepers. Fix an issue where the ball could pass through the goalkeeper after a failed save. Fix an issue where the goalkeeper did not react to a shot from a rebound after making a save. Most annoying thing ever, the rebound goals. Fix an issue where the goalkeeper would freeze after a goal kick. Fix delay animation when picking up the ball. Goalkeeper adjustments. Improve ship chop reactions. Reduce excessive jumping on saves. Now that's going to be interesting because sometimes they'll jump too far and then wouldn't get out quick enough and then you could see a really easy goal. Falling and standing up. Added a new fall and standing up animations. Players now react more realistically to physical collisions in tackles. Now, that's going to be interesting to see. Added a new tackle animation. Timing is crucial in active tackles. Now, that sounds great, but if you can still use left trigger or L2 to tackle, that's going to make no difference. So we're going to have to see as well. Player switching improved. Player switching algorithm when switching using LB or L1. That's way needed. In potential one-on-one situations, switching now prioritizes a player who can intercept rather than one behind the opponent. That is something we needed straight away, so that's good to read. Reduce right stick switching search areas from 360 degrees to 190. That's also going to be helpful if you do switch with your right stick. Free kick camera, I'm going to talk about. Off-ball movement. Improve responsiveness when changing direction. Optimize animation selection when smoother movement. Stamina. Rebalance stamina consumption. Reduce stamina drain for situational pressing. Ball blocking. Increase minimal time for block attempts. Reduce block reaction range. That's needed massively. Players now only react near balls. Or nearby balls, sorry. Fix an issue where players with block balls coming from behind. And then we've got fixes, AI assist, defense behavior. Defensive line will stay wider inside the penalty box and collapse when the ball gets closer. Defenders can now push forwards against ball carriers. Defensive line will not drop back aggressively inside the box. That's needed massively. This is something that I did test in the play test, so we're going to see how that works. Reduce time construction after press after losing possession and press on heavy touch. Attacking runs. This is something we need massively from the AI. Revamp logic for triggering attacking runs, making them more predictable and effective. Positioning for passes. Attackers will now stay further from defenders. That's good to see. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go play some games off camera, and then I'm going to show you some of the footage that I have been using or what I've recorded while playing in ranked. Obviously, we're in Premier Division now, so it's going to be interesting, but let's get into some gameplay. So what I'll do is I'll get all the gameplay to play in the background, and I'll just talk over the top of the gameplay that I played. We'll show you the weekly objectives so you can see how many games that we actually played, and that's it. So I have played 5 games. Obviously, I just said I'm going to show you the gameplay in a second, but you can see here some of the changes they've made immediately. So we can see here at the moment, we're currently ranked 52 in the world. I'm not going to take that for granted because we didn't just start playing it. But we won 4 out of 5 games, which I will take. Now, my initial thoughts, and just to show you here in challenges that we have won 4 out of 5, and you can see here we have done most of the challenges more or less. There are some interesting things to this gameplay. Now, we've got ourselves this pack, which I'll get to as well. The gameplay feels, one, much more space in the game, which is really needed. 2, and I'll show you all the gameplay in a second once we get through this pack. 2, you absolutely can create some nice football now, finally. Not saying it's perfect, it's definitely not. But in terms of examples, let's go ahead and show you some gameplay now. Rebound goals are still there, and that's where we're going to start. We're going to start off with the negative stuff and then move into the positive. There are way more positives than negatives, so let's get into that now. So basically, this is a very small sample size. So I played 5 games now. We managed to deal with probably about 50% rebounds, that one being the most comical. Now, I get it. In real football, you're going to have moments like this. Every football game that's out also has rebound moments like this. I'm not bashing it for rebounds, I'm just making it aware. This was my first goal to concede since the update, pretty comical. Now the next one, keeper goes to clear it, hits him straight in the face, and then we tap it in for an open goal. Very frustrating from our opponent. I take the lead. Then we are going to move on to our next one here, which you can see. I get the little skill with the foot off the post into the back of the net. So skill with the left and then onto the post. That happens a lot in this, I've noticed. And then our next one here, that should be a goal 100%. Keeper makes a very good save, even though it should be a goal rebound. Frustrating, but I'm glad my opponent got the goal because of that. And the last one, free kick, off the bar. My player doesn't deal with it, open goal, tap it in. So, you know, I'm not bashing the game completely about that. There are things that can be fixed and some things that just happen in football, right? Moving on to the last negative thing, really, and that's going to be interceptions with some examples. So I switched to Van de Ven, tried to intercept the ball, and my AI just ignores it. Show you again, switch to Van de Ven here, look for the pass, knew it was coming, AI ignores it, right? You could argue that's a one-off scenario, but unfortunately it's not. Another one here, I switched to my other defender, he lunges in, and it's a goal. Now, you could argue that one's bad defense. I give you the benefit of the doubt, bad defense. But here is some scenarios where it happens. Again, no tackle here, come over, no interception or block, goal, typical cutback. Again, could argue bad defending, but here's my point. Casemiro ignores the ball, he then goes ahead and gets a corner, and watch this whole transition of play. Wins the header, NaNNiK doesn't intercept. Bounce off his own player. Passing it out, we're now moving forward, looking for the pass. Is what it is. Now, you can also intercept. You see I do a lob through ball. Really good defense, intercepts. I switch to my Mbappe, doesn't interswitch. My Longstaff doesn't intercept. I switch to my Locatelli, intercepts, but the ball gets rebounded back. I then switch back to Longstaff, too far away, to my centre-back, doesn't intercept. Then I win the ball. Now, that is the most frustrating thing about this, is those scenarios there. It can build up, and you can concede about it, but they are really the only negatives with the game. Now, let's move on to the positives. So, with the game, how it is right now, one, I would say there is much more space. I switched to 5 at the back in certain games, my opponents did. You can still break it down really easy. The AI now makes intelligent attacking runs. They're not perfect, don't get me wrong, but they do make intelligent AI runs. If you press LB or L1, they run. Look at my Mbappe now. Ball into the space. We can create much more. Good defense from our opponent. Gets a really nice play there. And one thing I'm noticing as well, look, you can do some passing, you can do some skill moves to open up the space and then immediately shoot. Before, that would never go in because of how broken goals are scored in this game beforehand. We have now a variety of goals, which we're going to show you in this video alone. Sorry, in this gameplay alone, which is really nice, right? Don't get me wrong. Things I'm liking, you will now get punished if you don't defend properly. If you're sitting back, I can punish you. Like here, for example, the guy can't switch, chooses the wrong defender, easy finesse round, lovely goal. Now, I know that's a goal that we scored before the patch, but again, if you are struggling to defend and you like to control your defenders and you make a mistake with tackling, you now get punished. The AI will not recover quick enough for you to basically not have to worry about tackling, which is nice. It is a little bit difficult to get used to, but it's definitely not a negative thing. It is nice to have. You see here, good defense, I manually tackle, I win the ball back, and then we can transition. Passing feels more consistent. A little bit of rebounds here and there we've mentioned, but you see here, passing, being able to open up some space. Couldn't do that before. Now, don't get me wrong, the speed boost is still there, which is frustrating, and I'm hoping That gets fixed soon, but we can still do passes inside the box now. Now, I know that's a ratty goal, but I have to test everything to see what works. And if it doesn't, and we get 2 goals in quick succession in this game. Now, like I said, switching to a 5 at the back, your AI will sit higher up. I feel now that you need to have a way more compact midfield across the line. I'm still playing my 4-1-2-1-2. I won 4 and I lost 1 game out of 5, so I'll take it. But you see the passing's really smooth. The skill moves open up so much space. If somebody cannot defend, it's as easy as that to get through now. The AI doesn't catch up. Keepers do need to be worked on. As you see there, he does overlap, and he does run around the keeper. He comes out of overlap, so he runs out of his goal, and we have an easy tap in. So there are certain things like that you have to deal with. But overall, the main important thing, in my opinion, in a football game, of course, is gameplay, but scoring goals. We all watch football, we all play football to score goals. If you can't score goals, the game is not fun at all. You know, it's really, really boring. We see here, skill moves open up, little pass into Rashford. Unfortunately, misses because of his weak foot. You know, that's the thing that's going to happen, but you can now pass in between the lines, which is something you couldn't do before. Still needs to be refined slightly. It isn't completely perfect, don't get me wrong. But where we were to where we are now is an absolute miles difference, which is exactly what we all wanted. After those 5 games, even the one I lost, I generally enjoyed playing. You can see here, we're creating space. He's dragging players out. We can use our left stick dribble to open up. Bit skill move to get the space open again. We can do some more skill, open up. Easy passing, and now we can score from here. Finally, we are back to the finesse outside the box, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is nice to be able to score. Now we can drag our players out. If you are going to sit right back, I can score from outside the box. You can sit back as far as you want. It's going to give me more opportunities, which means everybody's going to push forward. Now, we do get a rage quit here, and this is where the extra changes come in that I like. There are clear indicators of what boosters do what in terms of CP earn, XP earn, and much more. So if we go ahead and show you here, if we finish this game up, you can see here, once we get into it, yes, we get the win. We progress up in our little Premier Division ranks. Who actually cares? No one does. And then bang, you can see here, the next thing we go ahead and unlock is going to be our player ratings. But if I go over to details, you can see on your screen, Mbappe got 1,640 XP, got the XP plus the booster, and then he sees the personal skin there being displayed at 430, and it's the same for Endrick on my bench. So that's absolutely huge. That's something I've been asking for since day one. It was clear indications. And then we get this. I got a 1.2, and then the premium ticked off on the base there, on the premium booster, sorry, is another thing. So it's showing us this. And it is suggesting for you to buy more boosters, which I do like. The game needs to make money to carry on, and that's something that we need in this. But let's go back to actual live now. So overall, it looks like a very, very positive change. They are getting it done slowly but surely. Yes, there's still things that need to be fixed, and of course, it's going to take time. But the direction that we have just gone in does seem much better than where we were about a month ago, or even yesterday in terms of updates. Now, my next concern is the PvE mode, but I won't talk about that till the 17th. That's when I'm allowed to talk about it. There are a few things that are a little bit concerning depending on what happens. But for a lot of you PvE guys who don't want to play online, this is going to be a really good mode for you. But overall, much more space, different options to score. Manual defending is basically back. Not quite, but basically back. Second man press doesn't do what it did previously. You can't just sit there holding down RB or R1 and basically do all the defending for you. Goals, like I say, you can score from different angles. You can get more space now. Space being the biggest thing, which is the main reason or selling point of this game and why we all played it beforehand. Yes, they're all good. Now, I still want, and I'm going to keep saying this until we get a little bit more information in game, but having something just like that saying this is in limited time for the store is fantastic. Only thing I wish is it just told you how long is that? Okay, 15 days. I can see it now in blue. It expired, right? But it would be nice saying next to the store how long's left. Just a small thing. But overall, very, very good. The only other concern, as I mentioned at the beginning, is just not having them in terms of what actual skins do in boost still. That's my only other concern. But apart from that, looking very, very positive. It's nice to know that we get more XP per game with personal skins now. That really does show through and it's indicated. So we are getting there slowly but surely. Any questions, please let me know. Do I think you should come back and try it? At least give it a go and see how you feel. If you don't like it, there's nothing to happen to you at the end of the day. You turn it off and don't play it again. If you do like it, you can continue on playing, and there we are. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully the PvE mode is what you're expecting it to be, and the content that I cover on it is also going to be good for you, and I'll catch you in the next one.